Hey guys, Diamond Ambassador Kyle Rainey here, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about working this business in Plexus. One of the number one questions I get all the time is, as a guy, how do you work this business? Well, I'd love to tell you there's some secret formula as a guy to work this business, but honestly, it looks a lot like how the ladies do it, and they seem like they're doing a pretty darn good job. So, I want to leave with you 4 things in which you can work on that maybe hopefully helps you in your business. Number 1, show up consistently. Now, I know that may seem a little bit overwhelming, or maybe you've heard it before and it seems cliche, but just like our 9-to-5 job that we had, you gotta show up. This is your job, right? This is part of your job. Maybe it's your side hustle, but you have to show up just like you have to do your other job. That means posting daily. That means talking about Plexus often. Maybe it's through messages. Maybe it's through talking to your friends at church or at your kid's ball game or whatever, but it's showing up consistently for your audience. And I know you may be thinking, man, if I gotta show up and I gotta post all the time, I don't know what I'd say. Well, obviously we want you to post about Plexus, number 1. Nobody knows what you're about in your business if you never talk about Plexus. But number 2, maybe you have hobbies that you love, like woodworking, or maybe you have hunting, fishing, all the things. I mean, talk about those things. Maybe you're a big football fan. It's football season. Talk about that. Maybe you're really funny. I'm not funny. Maybe you're funny. And talk about that. Have humor. Maybe talk about your family and post about your family. But when you narrow it down to a few things that you're talking about, including Plexus in your rotation, people begin to understand what you're about, what you're for, and what to expect when you post. And you show up consistently, and they're actually really excited to see what you have to say. Secondly, it's know your audience. Now, for me, I'm a former pastor, and I also have special needs kids. So those are 2 of my audiences. I talk a lot to special needs parents. I speak their language. I have experiences with them that are mutual experiences that we both understand. And then I talk about ministry a lot. I talk about how Plexus and ministry kind of combines. And there are quite a few pastors on our team. Know your audience. What's your audience? Maybe also taking that hobby we just talked about or those interests. Talk to that audience. Or maybe you just want to talk to dads. Maybe you want to talk to husbands. Maybe there's a unique thing in your past or present or in your future that allows you into another audience that none of us will be able to get to. Maybe it's part of your vocation. I know a lot of guys who are teachers or nurses or whatever. We'll speak to those people. How Plexus can kind of interact with that type of work. Like if you're a teacher, how Plexus give you time freedom. How Plexus can help you, with your teaching and be able to be fully present because financially you're being taken care of. I mean, just know who your audience is and who you're talking to and do it in your voice. You don't have to look like everybody else in Plexus. Just know your audience and speak to them like you would anybody else. Third, go beyond the products. Now, I love a good health testimony just like anybody else. And some of us guys have amazing health testimonies. Plexus, their products have changed my life. But we want to hit those pain points too that go beyond our health issues like time freedom and financial stability. Talk to that guy who is possibly, working the 3rd shift at work to build enough money to go on a vacation, or that knows they're going to put all that vacation on credit card. That's a pain point, right? That's a pain point we can scratch and we can give an answer to, and that's Plexus. I think oftentimes we come off like kind of like the savior mentality, like we found Plexus and it's amazing, but we're not really the hero here. We're the guide, and we're just guiding people to this amazing company that we have discovered that's given us financial freedom, time freedom, and health freedom. So go beyond the health products. Talk about those things in which guys care about. We have a natural inclination as men to be providers for our family. So speak to those things. The health products are amazing. The health testimonies are life-changing and awesome and very impactful, but think about going beyond the products and talking about some of the things that maybe normally wouldn't come up, like time freedom, like financial freedom. Finally, and this may only apply to a few of you or maybe everybody, but if you're working with your spouse, one of the things that are going to save your marriage working together in this thing in Plexus is you don't have to compete, you need to complement. And that means know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and let her know her strengths and weaknesses, and let that complement one another. You don't have to be the exact duplicate of your wife. You can actually build this business in your strengths. She can build it in hers, and if there are things that neither of you know, we'll learn them. So you don't have to constantly be trying to match what your spouse is doing, but actually bring your strengths to the table, let her bring her strengths to the table, and actually goes really smoothly and pretty amazing. So those are 4 things to think about as you're building this business in Plexus. And guys, just know I'm praying for you. I really believe there's a whole massive opportunity for us to be able to reach guys out there in Plexus and tell them about these amazing company, the amazing culture here, the incredible products, and this life-changing opportunity. So, hope you guys are well. We'll see you around.